Hey, what's going on guys? Shane here. So growing up in the fight world, I noticed how much trouble fighters have making ends meet. Juggling a full-time job and training can be extremely difficult. So in this video, I want to share with you what I believe is the perfect job for fighters, as well as just give some ideas so that you can make some extra cash so that your training schedule and your work schedule don't conflict. So let me first tell you a little bit about myself. I still have trouble explaining to my grandmother what I do for a living, but if I had to put a title on it, I'm a martial arts striking coach, I'm a YouTube and social media influencer, and I'm a consultant. And I've been doing this full time for about 5 years now. But before this, I worked at a bar. I was a bartender. And let's talk about the pros and cons of that. The pros were the money. I got cash tips and I made some pretty decent money doing that. And I actually liked that it was more physical. I had to carry heavy stuff and I enjoyed that part of it. The downside was the schedule. I'd go in at 5 p.m. and I'd be there until about 3 a.m. So I missed all the night training, and then I was usually too tired in the morning to go to sparring, or if I did, it messed with my training because I was just so fatigued. So that got in the way for sure. But then from there, I started working at a gym. And to me, I think that's the best bet for fighters for obvious reasons. You're right there in your environment where you can train. And if you're doing personal training one-on-one, then you can set your own schedule. I was doing a little bit of everything. I was teaching kids classes, adult classes, small group fitness, and then one-on-one training. Now, what I really enjoyed about being a personal trainer was not just being able to create my own schedule, but also sharing martial arts with people. Of course, I went on to do bigger and better things. I'm now a famous martial arts YouTuber. I'm just kidding. But that's what I realized at a young age that I wanted to do. I wanted to reach as many people as possible and share the wealth of knowledge. If you don't have access to a gym, you don't train at a gym, you don't have a job at a gym, that's no excuse. Let me tell you a story about my friends AJ Perez and Brian Kahn. So they started off just holding boxing mitts in the park. And they utilized their social media platform, Instagram specifically, to attract customers, to increase their demand. They were making cash money from people doing one-on-one sessions and then small group fitness training, and then other opportunities arose. So Rumble Boxing, if you're not familiar with them, a very big fitness boxing company, reached out to them because they had a big following, and they asked them to help open up the Santa Monica location, and now they are the head trainers there. So they're doing extremely well. If you don't feel that you have the skills to be able to train others in martial arts, maybe you haven't done it long enough yet, again, no excuse. What hobbies do you have? How can you freelance your hobbies? What skills can you teach to others and then train them so that they pay you for it? Maybe you're a musician, maybe you're a chef, whatever it may be, try to monetize your hobbies. If you don't have any hobbies, no excuse there either. You got Uber, rideshare, Lyft. You got delivery services, so you could do Uber Eats, you could do Grubhub. What's the other one? DoorDash. So this way you can still create your own schedule so that your training and your work aren't conflicting. And I know what people are going to say. They're going to be like, Shane, I don't have a car. All right, again, no excuse. You got to hustle. You got to hustle a little bit more. Being a fighter is not easy. But back before then, before I had my license, I was working at a pizza shop under the table. I was 15 years old. Before then, I was working at a deli, washing dishes so that I could pay for my martial arts training. So again, no excuse. If you have to go out and mow lawns, here's a quick story. So there was a snowstorm in Philadelphia one year. I know it was coming, so the day before, I printed out flyers just saying, if you need your driveway shoveled, hit me up. Here's my phone number. And I made a ton of them, and I went around the neighborhood and I handed them out, and I made some pretty good money the next day. I was tired as hell, but again, that's a workout right there. So no excuse, no excuses. If you want to be a trainer, like I said, it is not supposed to be easy. It can be glamorous, but not necessarily easy. You got to work hard for it. You got to work hard at it. Okay, so we talked about the importance of utilizing social media so that you can attract customers and increase demand. And then we also talked about selling, personal training. Now that's two separate skills there. So I mentioned in the beginning that I'm also a consultant. Now, I teamed up with my partner, Vinny V, who was my former boss. He owned the gym that I used to train at, and we developed a course teaching these two exact skills. So I talk about how I was able to make fightTIPS what it is today. I sell equipment, I make videos, I travel the world, I do seminars. It's an awesome life. And then Vinny talks about how he sells personal training. This dude is a sales wizard. He sold 30 grand, I think, last Black Friday in a single day just selling personal training. That's ridiculous. But he taught me everything I know. And he sat down for one of the parts in this course with someone, with one of his prospects, and sold them on the spot. Like, he asked if he could record that. Anyway, it's awesome. It's a blueprint. If you guys want to learn how to sell, you want to learn how to grow your following, links in the description below. And then we also have our Facebook group. That's free to enter. And that's gym owners, that's coaches, that's fighters, You can meet up with like-minded people. That is free. Links in the description below. Start networking, start learning, start asking questions. If you want to make money doing what you love, click that link down there. All right, but until then, I'm Shane with Fight Tips for the underdogs.